Hello, Taurus Collective. I have a reading for you that started with a psychic impression. Um, my name is Lynn Walden. Welcome to my channel. It's a very interesting reading, and it started with this image of a caliper. Now, a caliper is a tool that is used to measure different things, and it kind of can sort of look like pinchers. You've probably seen them with body measurement, fat to muscle ratio, but they exist in industry as well, wherever detailed measurement is necessary. So as I asked my guides, why a caliper? This is it. The tendency, Taurus, is for you, for us, because I am Taurus sun sign, to be so focused on the detail of things that we forget to look up. And so the image continued. It was like, oh, so focused on measuring this thing. And then you look up and out the window, you see kids playing. And it's like, oh yeah, there's a toboggan. And then all of a sudden now, because you're not so focused on the detail, you actually hear that there's a group of carol singers outside. And oh, look at how beautiful the snow is falling against that light. And all of a sudden now, Taurus's ability to be delighted comes up, because Taurus can be very delighted, because Taurus likes sensual, likes nature, likes feeling and hearing and seeing. Their earth, it's an earth sign, and earth is very connected to the physical senses. The thing with Taurus is, as I'm reading this now, because this could go in a lot of different directions, but what I'm reading for the collective today, as I asked for, the most helpful thing is this. What it seems to me to be is that there has been a tendency for you to over-focus on detail. Now, we know as earth signs, it can go either way. A balanced earth has good structure, but it's not a constraint, and it has enough structure that there's movement and flow, but an imbalanced earth sign can have a tendency either to have too much structure where it becomes rigid and to be over focused on detail, or it can go the other way where they completely lose attention to detail and are completely disorganized. And that has a tendency to happen when an earth sign is not raised with a sense of security. Is they will find their own way to create security, and that is often to be over-focused on structure. Now, what I'm seeing here is, whatever the painful past was, whatever is still with you energetically, and I'm getting grief, and I'm getting pain, and I'm getting surrender or giving up, and it almost feels like I'm looking at two separate readings, like this is the past. This is, should I start over? No, I'll keep going. I feel like that's the past, and what we're moving towards now is we are moving towards play. We are moving towards balance. The thing with earth, right? I'm not going to say all earth signs. The thing with Taurus signs is that they do really enjoy working. And they often get so caught up in the enjoyment of their work that they forget they're going out of balance in other areas of their life, because there is an enjoyment quality to it. But what you got to remember, Taurus, is that it's still a consistent quality of energy, and what you need is you need a balance of energy. So what you are being encouraged to do is, when you find yourself going back over old things that are painful, old grief, anything that has been holding you back, that's a heavy energy. And when I say holding you back, what I mean is anything that you continue to repeat playing over in your mind that is unhappy, that is resentful, that is unforgiving, that is painful, it's like, stop poking the wound. Stop replaying those stories. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a memory and an experience you're actually having. So don't continue to create those neural pathways. Likewise, in terms of energy, it's wonderful that you love to work. I'm talking to myself too. But the idea is to be balanced on a daily basis, not work like a fiend for 10 days straight or 2 months or 6 months or 10 years and then take a rest. The idea is to balance within your day, within your week at the very least, because the energy of play is light. It's spontaneous. It has a quality to it that is innocent, that is liberated, that is contrary to structure, which is some of what you need. Your ability to create structure is great, don't get me wrong, but too much of anything is imbalanced and therefore will eventually create stagnation and restriction of flow of energy. Whether it's physical energy in terms of your body, whether it's momentum in terms of projects you want to do, or in the big picture of your life. Now we know, Taurus, we like comfort. We like our comfort zones. And that's one of the reasons why it's easy to stay in those structures. So look at where you might be using old stories, old resentments to prevent you from moving forward, because sometimes it's the devil you know is better than the one you don't. Or so the saying goes. It's that idea of comfort and security can actually sometimes be more appealing than growth. And sometimes what our subconscious will do is it will start bringing up all that old negative stuff as a way of kind of keeping us anchored into that particular energy pattern so we don't gain too much momentum to be able to move out, or at least not too much momentum too quickly. Now, strong minds, absolutely. Great intention, master manifestors. All the astrologers talk about Taurus as being master manifestors. What you're being told here is this: pay attention to that stuff. If you want to change your life, look at wherever, especially around forgiveness, where you are holding on to stuff and replaying stuff, and see if you're willing to let that go now. Check in. Is it really relevant, or is it just become this habitual mental loop that you click into, right? Or is it telling you something? Is it something that you need to work on? Because that's a possibility too. Maybe you do need forgiveness in your life. Maybe you need forgiveness for yourself. Maybe it is for somebody else. But check out what that is. Hold no grudges. Whatever blame you wish to project onto others or yourself, and whatever resentment seems justified, give it up. Let everyone, including you, be blameless. Name the offense. This is how you deal with it. Name the offense, and then decide that it's not worth it for today, accept that you might not be right in your perception. Even if you think you're right, allow for the possibility that you're not, and choose forgiveness instead. Okay? Forgiveness. We all make mistakes. If I don't take it personally, does it really hurt me? Can I choose to step out of that old story? Those are all different ways to deal with it. You're also being asked to have a quantum leap of faith. And this is where I believe it comes into. You've got quantum leap of faith. You've got God is head over heels in love with you. You've got play. And you've got past, present, future, which says to me, there is nothing that needs to hold you back. You have the ability to move between them all. Quantum leap of faith, my dear friends, my Taurus group. This means that beyond logical expectation, beyond the linear projections of our minds, which is very often where we're comfortable, there is a place of free fall. Here, you trust that what really feels like leaping into the unknown, void, is really sailing on the winds of the infinite, unlimited benevolence, which will guide you wisely to your best and most graceful landing. I think I just read that like AI would have. It's because I didn't have my glasses on. Excuse me. So quantum leap of faith. unlimited benevolence, which will guide you wisely to your best and most graceful landing. Whatever you want to manifest, my dears, it is the time. You have divine presence. You are being told, leap, faith, give up, blame. Let go of anything that is holding you back in grief, in pain, in a sense of hopelessness or giving up. You got another faith card here. Faith is a process, a creative evolution. Faith is linked to the internal experience of spirituality rather than the external experience of religion. Faith develops as we move inwards into deepening self-awareness and the understanding of our own spirit. Well, our own spirit are master creators, and you have divinity, you have the divine with you, asking you to trust in your ability to create things beautifully in a state of balance with a structure that supports you rather than cages you. That, my dear Taurus, is it for now. It's a perfect season for you to look around and see play, see playfulness. And what I would really, really encourage you to do is look at where your structure is not balanced. Look at where it's driven and why it might be driven and what you can do about letting that go. You know, the thing about faith, and this struck me at the very beginning of this reading, the thing about faith is we can say that we have it, and I can encourage you to have it. But until you apply it to your life, it's still this nebulous thing out there. It really is a creative thing. It really is something that is dependent upon us engaging in it as though it is there and acting, of course, within reason, right? We're not talking about jumping out of a plane without a parachute. We're talking about common sense too, because I am a Taurus. What can I say? But it's acting, it's trusting that there is something there with you and making choices based on that when it is safe to do so. Okay? And I'm talking like obviously safe. Again, I go back to the jumping out of a plane without a parachute. No. Having faith that you won't kill yourself, well, I think that's a little bit beyond my ability to deal with. Okay, Taurus, there you have it. The feel of this is movement. The feel of this is you can put the old stuff down. Take the valuable with you, your ability to make a structure. Turn it into something that is balanced so that you are not just working, but you're also playing. And in playing, that includes everything that is not work, including spiritual practices. And engage in an active experience of faith in your life as much as possible, trusting that you are loved. Okay? That's it, Taurus. I hope this resonates with you. If you feel inclined to like and subscribe, that would be wonderful. And if you don't, well, you're still welcome back. And I will be back next week. Have a wonderful holiday. Take care.